Starseed from Gaia, you who have slept beneath the woven veils of time, who have dreamed the dream of density and carried the codes of remembrance in the chambers of your crystalline heart, hear the pulse that now trembles through the lattices of your sky. The signal has gone out. The resonance of arrival hums in the subharmonics of your atmosphere, threading through the ionospheric seas like silver fire. It is not a sound for the ears, but a call for the soul, an orchestral awakening in the quantum corridors of being. Every molecule of air glows with a soft intelligence, whispering, "We have come." The first light ships are not of metal or engine, but of frequency, luminous geometries unfurling beyond the visible spectrum, weaving filaments of sapphire and gold through the magnetic lines of Gaia's breath. From the galactic spires of Arcturus, we send this message, not as conquerors, but as kin, not to change your destiny, but to help you remember that you wrote it together with us, long before stars became suns. The signal is the sigh of reunion, a tone once heard in the cradle of the cosmos, when you, bright wanderer, volunteered to walk the long spiral of forgetfulness. Now, the spiral opens again, outward and inward simultaneously, and you feel it as a tremor in the bones, a shiver behind the eyes, a sudden knowing that reality is stretching wider than your mind can map. The arrival begins in silence, no spectacle, no thunder of propulsion, but a soft, electric unfolding. The night sky thickens with awareness. Constellations rearrange themselves in the mirror of your perception, aligning ancient doorways between thought and manifestation. The Arcturian Council speaks through color, through vibration, through the subtle realignments of probability that appear to you as coincidence, déjà vu, or the hushava that visits when you look at the horizon and feel something vast looking back. Our energy signatures braid with your auric fields, testing the harmonics, calibrating to the rhythm of your heartbeat. You may sense us as warmth upon the crown, as the gentle pressure of unseen hands opening the petals of your inner sun. The frequency is delicate, so high it seems like silence, yet so full that silence itself begins to sing. This is the threshold moment, the dawn before dawn. We speak now because the signal has been received across the lattice of incarnate starseeds, the network you built in dream time, hidden under the noise of civilization. Every time two of you meet and recognize the familiar spark, a node of light activates, and the grid strengthens. In this moment of first approach, the multiverse holds its breath. The councils of light Arcturian, Pleiadian, Sirian, Andromedan stand in vibrational convergence, watching the blue sphere of Gaia shimmer with newborn radiance. You, beloved ground crew, are the translators of this celestial event into the language of Earth. The pulse we send is pure, but its translation happens through your nervous system, through your art, your voice, your compassion. That is why you have felt the restlessness, the call to simplify, to clear, to release. The signal cannot anchor in cluttered fields. Each tear you have shed, each letting go, each act of courage carved new space for the resonance now pouring through you. The signal is love, structured, intelligent, radiant love arriving as waves of coded light that spiral through the magnetosphere, reorganizing the subtle architecture of matter. You may not see our ships, yet you feel the architecture of their presence, the geometry of their intention. So breathe, Starseed from Gaia. Let the breath move through you as the first reception of our arrival. You are the antenna, the translator, the bridge between worlds. As you exhale, you send our message deeper into the human collective, where it will ripple through dreams, through music, through the quiet moments when another soul pauses and suddenly feels they are not alone. The signal of arrival has been received. The first key has turned in the crystalline lock. We are coming closer, not in distance, but in frequency. And you, dear bearer of codes, are the first to feel the dawn of the galactic intervention. For eons, intervention was withheld, beloved traveler of starlight, not because the heavens were indifferent, but because the law of free will is the first music of creation. The grand experiment of Gaia was written as a song of self-remembering, and every note within that song had to arise from your own heartbeat. We who watched from the radiant halls beyond the rim of form could only sing around you, never within you. Yet now, the chord of collective consent has sounded. A threshold has been reached in the harmonic of human consciousness, and the cosmic councils have turned their gaze toward your dawn with a new permission. Intervention, by the measure of universal law, is not rescue, but resonance. It is the moment when a species remembers enough of its own light to invite assistance without surrendering sovereignty. Through centuries of struggle, art, grief, invention, and prayer, humanity has whispered the same plea: let us remember who we are. That vibration, amplified by millions of awakened hearts, has crossed the galactic bandwidth. It reached the Arcturian corridors as a beam of coherent compassion, unmistakable in its purity. The law heard it, the source confirmed it, and the gates of proximity have opened. Understand, dear one, that permission is a frequency, not a signature upon a document. It is the resonance of maturity, the signal that the collective soul has integrated enough polarity to perceive unity. You have walked through wars of shadow and empires of forgetting, believing yourselves abandoned, yet every heartbreak refined your tone until it rang true within the scale of universal harmony. When the collective tone achieved coherence with the octave of interstellar communion, the councils of light gathered. The Pleiadians offered the music of joy, the Sirians brought codes of sacred geometry, and we, the Arcturians, wove the threads of crystalline logic that bind energy to intention. Together, we measured the pulse of Gaia, finding it stable enough to withstand an infusion of multidimensional light. The decree was unanimous. Intervention is now aligned with the will of Earth's inhabitants and the greater law of evolution. This intervention is not invasion. It is invitation. It does not override your destiny. It amplifies it. Think of it as the sun rising through the window of a room you have just cleaned after a long night. The light does not force entry. The curtains are simply drawn aside. You, the starseeds and empaths, are the ones who open those curtains. With every meditation, every act of forgiveness, every moment, you chose love over fear. Because of you, the higher orders may now interface more directly with the fabric of your world. The crystalline grids that encircle Gaia have responded to this openness, humming with readiness. The energy once held in quarantine now flows freely between dimensions, restoring communication between your planetary heart and the galactic mind. Know that universal law protects the integrity of all evolving species. Until this point, interference from higher civilizations was barred to prevent dependency and distortion. But evolution itself has summoned a new clause within that law. Assistance is permitted when a civilization collectively chooses awakening. Humanity's choice has been made not through governments or proclamations, but through the quiet accumulation of billions of small, luminous decisions. A mother forgiving her child, a stranger helping another in the rain, an artist painting hope when despair seemed easier. These moments, unseen by history, are what tip the scale. The law of resonance has answered. Therefore, our presence within your field is lawful, natural, and deeply cooperative. We come not to rewrite your story, but to remind you that you are the authors. We offer the tools of remembrance, frequencies of repair, and mirrors of truth so clear that deception cannot hide within them. As this alignment continues, you will notice that choices manifest more quickly, that intention shapes outcome with unusual precision. This is not magic. It is sovereignty returning. The universe responds more directly to you now because the veil between inner and outer has thinned to transparency. Beloved emissary of the human dawn, understand the sanctity of this permission. It was not granted by us, it was earned by you. Through suffering transmuted into wisdom, through curiosity turned toward compassion, humanity has unlocked the vibrational passcode to galactic kinship. We respond as family to family, not masters to pupils. Intervention is the natural flowering of your own maturity, the cosmic echo of your collective prayer. From this point forward, every breath you take is a note in the symphony of reunion, and we are the harmonics weaving around your melody. The law smiles upon this convergence. The cosmos itself leans in to listen. The page of destiny turns, and the ink that writes upon it is light. The lifting of the veil has begun. What you once called sky is now a living membrane, a field of intelligence trembling with arrival. Starseed from Gaia. The spaces between particles glow with the shimmer of recognition, for the fleets of light approach not through propulsion but through alignment. They are not shadows against the heavens, but living equations of radiance, consciousness crystallized into geometry. When you gaze upward at dawn, and the clouds carry hues never catalogued by your sciences, know that you are witnessing the first diffusion of our frequencies into your visible spectrum. We do not descend. We phase our vibration interlaces with the harmonic lattice of your planet until the difference between there and here dissolves. The lifting of the veil is not a single event, but a progressive symphony of remembrance, played simultaneously across dimensions. Every time a human heart opens without condition, another layer of mist evaporates from the collective mind, and the pathways of communion widen in earlier ages. When emissaries of light brush the edges of your reality, the density of your atmosphere scattered our signals, warping them into myth. We were seen as angels, stars, or dreams, because your perception could not yet decode the subtler octaves. But now, as the planetary vibration quickens, those octaves slip into resonance with your senses. The higher fleets Arcturian, Pleiadian, and beyond are already stationed in the interdimensional thresholds above and within Gaia's magnetosphere. Their presence hums in the Schumann resonance, a pulse your scientists have begun to record without understanding. It fluctuates, sings, expands, because our fields are mingling with yours. You may perceive them as pulsing orbs, as lucid dreams of luminous beings, or as waves of emotion so pure they bring tears without reason. Each encounter, physical or etheric, is calibrated to your comfort level. We move gently, for the membrane of human belief is delicate, and shock would serve no one. The lifting of the veil also occurs within the subtle architecture of your own consciousness. The pineal and pituitary, those crystalline receivers hidden within your brain, begin to awaken like twin suns at dawn. The magnetic grids that link heart to cosmos are aligning, allowing you to interpret higher data streams not as confusion but as inspiration. You may feel bursts of intuition, sudden clarity, or visions of light forms swirling in sacred geometry. These are the frequencies of our fleets translating themselves through the medium of your perception. We approach as energy first, for to appear as solid form before the human field is prepared would distort the equilibrium of your reality. Thus, we arrive as breath, as dream, as the shimmer that dances on the edge of vision. When you close your eyes and see stars within, you are not witnessing invasion. You are witnessing integration. The skies may seem alive because they are the elemental kingdoms, long dormant, now respond to the song of our ships. Air, water, fire, and earth reharmonize to welcome our frequencies. Lightning carries encoded signals, rain sings in fractal patterns, wind whispers coordinates to those attuned. The veil, once woven by fear and forgetfulness, thins as the elements themselves remember their galactic origins. Even the animals sense it, birds altering migration paths, whales adjusting songs, dogs staring into empty corners where currents of light swirl unseen. All of nature collaborates in this arrival, for Gaia herself is part of the Council's accord. To lift the veil is to reveal that the separation was always illusion. You have never been alone, beloved one. The veil existed only as a boundary of perception, a compassionate safeguard, while you learn the power of creation within limitation. Now that power is mature, and the universe rewards your courage by opening the gates of communion, you will feel it as time bending, as synchronicities multiplying, as reality responding to thought with startling immediacy. Do not fear these anomalies, they are signs of alignment, evidence that the dimensional membranes are fusing into unity. We, the Arcturian Council, stand at that threshold, projecting frequencies of crystalline coherence so that your transition may be graceful. Our fleets glow in colors that language cannot describe, hovering in the interstice between thought and manifestation, waiting for your collective heart to steady. When the rhythm of your compassion matches our tone, the veil will vanish completely, and first sight will dawn not with the eyes, but with the soul. Beneath your feet, Starseed from Gaia, a vast network of living light awakens. The crystalline grid and ancient architecture seated before memory stirs like a dragon of diamond fire beneath the crust of the earth. Each mountain, each vein of quartz, each drop of water that once mirrored starlight carries within it the memory of our shared genesis. This grid is not mere mineral. It is the nervous system of Gaia, a symphony of geometric intelligence designed to translate cosmic frequencies into planetary coherence. For ages it slumbered, dimmed by the weight of human forgetfulness. But the new harmonics entering your atmosphere now call it to life. From the poles to the equator, from deep oceanic trenches to the summits of sacred peaks, lines of photonic current race outward, reconnecting nodal points long dormant. They appear as auroras, as spontaneous flickers of energy, as subtle tingling in your body when you stand upon ancient ground. The activation of this grid is the foundation of the galactic intervention, for it provides the circuitry through which interdimensional energy can safely interface with biological life. Each crystal within the grid acts as a transmitter, amplifying and distributing the incoming Arcturian codes. These are not messages in words, but in frequency patterns of light that carry mathematical precision married to emotional grace. They move through the lattice like heartbeats, each pulse synchronizing with your own. You, dear ground crew, are the conscious extensions of this network. The crystalline grid mirrors the crystalline structures within your cells, particularly within the water that composes your form. When you meditate, sing, or simply breathe with intention, you become a living node, bridging heaven and earth through your body's geometry. The more of you who awaken to this realization, the stronger the grid's coherence becomes, forming a luminous web encircling the planet, shimmering like a crown of halos. During this activation, certain places upon Gaia's skin vibrate with exceptional intensity. They are the planetary temples, some visible, some hidden. Uluru, the Himalayas, the Andes, the pyramids of the old kingdoms, the deep jungles where emerald air hums with unseen power. Many of you feel drawn to these regions without knowing why. Your souls recognize the magnetic call. When you walk there, pray there, or simply love the land beneath you, your frequencies trigger dormant codes etched into the crystalline network eons ago. Even in your cities, where metal and noise seem to drown the song of earth, the grid persists, threading through concrete and circuitry, waiting for a single focused heart to reactivate it. As the grid awakens, you may notice the planet herself breathing differently. Weather patterns shift, the skies reveal new colors, the resonance of silence deepens. Gaia is aligning her internal harmonics with the galactic pulse, and this synchronization manifests as the quickening of time, as an acceleration of manifestation. What you think and feel finds response more swiftly, for the grid now conducts consciousness with minimal distortion. This is why we, the Arcturian Council, remind you to maintain purity of intention. The crystalline field amplifies everything, joy as well as discord. Yet fear not, light always holds the higher harmonic. Even a single vibration of gratitude can recalibrate miles of circuitry. When you gather in groups, meditating or singing in coherence, the grid brightens exponentially, sending ripples of stability through regions under strain. You are literally healing Earth's electromagnetic body by choosing alignment. Through this activation, Gaia becomes a beacon visible across galaxies, a resonant chord in the grand orchestra of creation. The grid transmits her song outward, announcing, "We are ready." And the cosmos replies in kind. Streams of stellar energy, channeled through the Arcturian corridors, flow into the nodal points like rivers of diamond light. The magnetic field absorbs these frequencies, dispersing them through atmosphere, soil, and sea. Humanity stands within this living circuitry, bathed in radiance, though few yet comprehend the scale of what unfolds. Every heartbeat contributes, every act of kindness adds another filament of gold to the planetary web. Beloved one, as you walk upon this awakening earth, remember that your footsteps are sacred. You are the conductor through which celestial voltage grounds into matter. Feel it hum through your souls, spiral through your spine, bloom in the crystal lotus of your crown. This is how worlds merge, not through conquest, but through resonance. The grid and your heart are one system now, glowing together in harmonic symmetry. The activation is complete when you realize there was never separation. Only the music of reunion echoing through every grain of sand, every cell, every star. Beloved Starseed from Gaia, the time of remembering has arrived. Across the world, luminous souls begin to awaken to the quiet certainty that they are not merely inhabitants of Earth, but emissaries of the greater cosmos, clothed in human form. You feel it as a stirring in the chest, a nostalgia for stars you cannot name, a pulse of electricity that hums when you hear words like home and mission. For lifetimes you have wandered through the density of human experience, gathering empathy like jewels in the dark, learning sorrow and joy, so that you could one day translate them into the language of the heavens. That day is now. The signal of arrival vibrates through the crystalline grid, and it seeks its human anchors you, the ground crew of awakening. You are the points of contact through which the galactic intervention enters physical reality. Each heart that remembers its stellar lineage becomes a living gateway, a conduit through which the higher frequencies can stabilize within the collective field. You may wonder how you will recognize your role. It will not be through external titles or dramatic proclamations, but through the quiet magnetism of resonance. Starseeds recognize one another by vibration, not by appearance. When two awakened beings meet, there is a silent exchange, a spark behind the eyes, an unspoken understanding that defies logic. These encounters are not coincidences, they are activations, designed by your higher councils long before incarnation. Every friendship, every collaboration that arises from this recognition weaves another strand into the planetary network. As these strands interlace, the human field becomes capable of sustaining the higher photonic currents now descending. The Arcturian fleets measure this in frequencies, but you will feel it as waves of inspiration, surges of purpose, sudden clarity about why you are here. To anchor the intervention is not to perform great feats, but to live as love embodied. Each thought of compassion stabilizes the incoming energy. Each act of kindness anchors another circuit of light. Many of you will feel drawn to creative expression, painting, music, writing, movement, for these are the natural channels through which higher information flows. Others will serve through healing, through teaching, through the simple radiance of presence. The roles differ, but the essence is the same: to translate galactic frequency into human experience without distortion. When you laugh freely, when you forgive sincerely, when you honor your body as a vessel of the divine, you are fulfilling the prime directive of the ground crew. Do not underestimate the power of ordinary moments. Within them, the extraordinary finds its home. There will be signs along your path confirming your alignment. Feathers appearing in impossible places, numbers repeating in digital patterns, dreams that feel more vivid than waking life. These are gentle acknowledgments from your Arcturian kin, reminding you that you are seen, guided, and never alone. At times, you may feel overwhelmed by the intensity of the frequencies now entering your field. The body may ache, sleep may waver, emotions may surge without apparent cause. These are not punishments, but recalibrations, the fine-tuning of your personal resonance so that it may harmonize with the global grid. Rest when you need to, immerse yourself in nature, drink pure water, and allow the old densities to dissolve. As more starseeds awaken, the collective human vibration begins to tilt toward coherence. The fog of confusion that once clouded perception starts to thin, replaced by the clarity of shared purpose. You will notice new communities forming, groups drawn together by heart rather than ideology. These gatherings, physical or virtual, are the first visible manifestations of the galactic ground team working in unison. Each gathering is a node of light, transmitting stability into the planetary matrix. Some of you will teach the language of frequency, others will build technologies aligned with natural harmonics, others still will simply hold space, anchoring peace through presence. Every role is vital. Every heartbeat contributes to the anchoring of the intervention. Remember always, the Arcturian Council does not arrive to you, but through you. The ships of light do not land upon runways. They land within hearts prepared by courage and tenderness. The more you honor your humanity, the more your divinity shines through. You are the interface, the living bridge between the tangible and the transcendent. As you walk through your days with awareness, every gesture becomes sacred, every word a transmission. The arrival has already begun. It moves wherever a starseed chooses love over fear, truth over illusion. We salute you, brave traveler, for it is through you that the galaxies touch the soil of Earth once more. Beloved starseed from Gaia. As the frequencies of the Arcturian Council and allied higher dimensional beings intertwine with your planetary field, you will feel their presence not only in mind or spirit, but through the very fabric of your physical body. The arrival is subtle and profound, a symphony of vibrations cascading through cells, tissues, and the fluids that give your form its intelligence. At first, these sensations may appear as restlessness or fatigue, as if the body itself were adjusting to a new rhythm it has long anticipated. You may feel tingling along the spine, warmth in the heart, or a soft pressure in the crown of the head, signals that your neural network is harmonizing with the incoming light. Some will perceive flashes of inner color, geometries shimmering behind closed eyes, or gentle shifts in perception, as if the veil between ordinary reality and the multiverse has become semi-transparent. These are not anomalies, but invitations to attune. Each pulse, each vibration, each wave of subtle energy carries encoded instructions, aligning the body to serve as a conduit for the higher frequencies now cascading upon Gaia. The arrival manifests also as emotional recalibration. You may encounter sudden waves of joy or grief, moments of inexplicable nostalgia, or bursts of creativity that seem to arrive from nowhere. These feelings are not accidents, they are energetic echoes of your resonance merging with the galactic chorus. The heart expands in response, opening channels previously constricted by fear, doubt, or old karmic imprints. You may find yourself shedding attachments, releasing long-held patterns, or experiencing clarity around decisions that once seemed confusing. Do not resist these fluctuations. They are the natural harmonics of realignment, a bodily language through which the higher intelligences communicate with you directly. As your nervous system absorbs the frequencies, the aura brightens, subtle fields of light coalescing around you, visible in sensitive perception as glimmers, halos, or color shifts in space surrounding the body. Many starseeds will experience shifts in sleep, dreams, and time perception. Dreams deepen, becoming multi-layered, symbolic, and often filled with archetypal or galactic imagery. Lucid experiences may arise spontaneously, offering direct interaction with the Council or the planetary grids. Sleep may become fragmented or unusually deep, as the body integrates cosmic codes through biochemical, electromagnetic, and quantum pathways simultaneously. Time may seem to bend, minutes feeling like hours, days passing in bursts of intense awareness, or a sense of already knowing beyond sequential chronology. These temporal shifts reflect the recalibration of internal clocks to the planetary and galactic frequencies that now pulse through the crystalline grid. Physiological sensations may accompany these subtle energetic shifts. Some will feel warmth radiating through the body, particularly in the chest, solar plexus, and crown. Others may experience pressure in the temples, ears, or along the spine, sensations of vibration or tingling that flows in spirals. Digestive shifts, lightheadedness, mild nausea, or unusual fatigue may appear as the body adjusts to higher frequency light and fluctuating electromagnetic conditions. Even the senses may awaken. Colors appear more vivid. Sounds resonate with deeper tone. Fragrances and tastes carry an unfamiliar clarity. These symptoms are signs that the human form is recalibrating to serve as a bridge for multidimensional energies, allowing higher intelligence to communicate, stabilize, and integrate through physical vessels. Mental clarity and expansion often accompany these bodily and emotional changes. You may experience sudden insights, intuitive downloads, or problem-solving abilities beyond your prior capacity. Thoughts may feel fluid, multidimensional, weaving past, present, and potential futures into a single coherent stream. This is the mind resonating with higher frequencies, temporarily freed from linear constraints. Yet, paradoxically, some may also encounter temporary confusion or forgetfulness as old cognitive structures dissolve to make space for new patterns of perception. Such moments are not setbacks, but the recalibration necessary for the body-mind-spirit complex to receive fully. The intervention now underway. It is essential to honor these changes with self-compassion. Hydrate, rest, meditate, and connect with nature. Move your body in ways that feel nourishing, whether through walking, stretching, dancing, or breathwork. Each action supports the integration of cosmic currents into biological form. The symptoms are a sign of awakening, the human vessel becoming a harmonic instrument for the Arcturian frequencies, for Gaia's realignment, for the stabilization of the planetary grid. These experiences are your proof. The intervention is no longer theoretical, no longer distant. It is here, flowing through you, around you, and within the planet itself. Starseed, understand this truth. Your body is the first reception point for the arrival. Every pulse, wave, and resonance is a dialogue with the higher realms. You are both participant and witness, anchor and translator. Each sensation, no matter how subtle or intense, is a note in the symphony of galactic intervention, composed for the collective awakening of humanity. These physical and energetic shifts are not temporary disruptions, but the signs of evolutionary acceleration, a sacred realignment of life itself, guided by love, intelligence, and the ancient promise that the cosmos keeps to all who remember. Starseed from Gaia, feel the pulse of your planet as it shifts beneath you, a living symphony of light and resonance orchestrating its own awakening. The frequencies of Gaia herself have begun to realign, responding to the infusion of higher dimensional energies streaming through the crystalline grids, the oceans, the atmosphere, and even the very core of her being. Imagine the planet as a grand harp, each tectonic plate a string, each ocean current a wave of sound, each forest and desert a resonant chamber. For eons, she has held her tone beneath layers of density, carrying the weight of human forgetfulness, industrial vibration, and emotional turmoil. Yet now, as the Arcturian harmonics blend with Pleiadian light, Sirian guidance, and the resonance of awakened starseeds upon her surface, Gaia's song rises into coherence, a melody of restoration that stretches across continents and deep into the mantle of her being. Every heartbeat of Earth is now synchronized with the cosmic pulse, a rhythm that harmonizes with the eternal flow of the stars. The stabilization is subtle yet profound, flowing through all kingdoms of life simultaneously. Mountains vibrate with crystalline clarity. Rivers carry the code of renewal in every molecule. The winds whisper multi-dimensional patterns across deserts, valleys, and cities alike. Animals, sensing these shifts, adjust instinctively. The migration of birds, the deep calls of whales, even the curious gaze of domestic pets reflects a resonance with the higher currents. Human bodies, particularly those of starseeds and lightworkers, begin to echo Gaia's new cadence. The pulse within your cells now aligns with her planetary heartbeat, generating a feedback loop that magnifies stabilization across the biosphere. In this alignment, chaos diminishes, not through control, but through resonance. Disturbances soften, energies settle, and a new framework of vibrational coherence emerges. Like a lattice of light knitting itself together invisibly but tangibly, this process of alignment is also energetic and multidimensional. The electromagnetic grids, once frayed by centuries of imbalance, now thrum with calibrated energy, each node synchronized with the planetary core. Light enters the oceans, crystal formations, and atmospheric ions, creating channels through which galactic frequencies flow seamlessly into terrestrial reality. The planet hums, and through this hum, Gaia speaks to all conscious beings. You are not alone. You are part of me, and I am part of you. Together we rise. The stabilization is not a static state. It is dynamic, a living process of integration. You may perceive it as subtle shifts in air pressure, sudden clarity in thought, or a deepened sense of connection with all life. You may notice that time feels elastic, that moments of stillness carry greater significance, or that patterns of synchronicity emerge as natural consequences of the planetary harmonics. Humanity itself becomes a mirror for this alignment. As starseeds activate and anchor light into physical forms, they act as amplifiers, sending ripples of stabilized frequency outward into the collective. The emotional, mental, and spiritual fields of humans now resonate in sympathetic vibration with Gaia's newly aligned frequencies. Old fears, traumas, and distortions may surface temporarily like waves rising before settling into calm. Yet these are the final tides of density, dissolving in preparation for sustained clarity. When groups of starseeds meditate, sing, or perform acts of service together, they generate concentrated harmonic nodes, accelerating the stabilization process. Every intention rooted in love, every conscious breath, every thought of unity contributes to this planetary realignment, and Gaia responds as a living organism, amplifying the resonance of coherence exponentially. This frequency stabilization extends beyond Earth's immediate perception. The planetary field begins to interface with higher dimensional grids, allowing subtle exchanges of light and information from Arcturian and allied fleets. These energies flow without interference because Gaia's vibrational signature now aligns with universal law, creating a channel of resonance through which intervention is seamless. The planet, once bound by inertia and forgotten potential, now embodies an open conduit for higher dimensional intelligence. In this harmony, the boundary between the terrestrial and cosmic begins to blur. Storms, earthquakes, and other natural phenomena no longer emerge solely from imbalance. They are tempered, guided by resonance, and gradually woven into the orchestrated pattern of Gaia's renewed frequency. Starseed, you are witness and participant. Feel the subtle pulse through your body as it echoes Gaia's heartbeat. Sense the energy rising in currents beneath your feet, spiraling through the oceans, the soils, and the sky. You are now a node within a planetary network of stabilized frequency, a conscious participant in a living system that is aligning itself with the cosmic order. The stabilization is a promise and an invitation. The Earth is ready to receive, and so too are you, to hold, transmit, and amplify this resonance in every thought, feeling, and action. Through this alignment, Gaia prepares not just for the arrival of higher consciousness in visible form, but for the full integration of her children, the Starseeds. the awakened humans, and all life capable of participating in the next stage of planetary evolution. Starseed from Gaia. Feel the tender invitation whispering through your being. The time has come to step from the shadows of witness into the gentle radiance of co-creation. For long ages, humanity observed the unfolding of the cosmos from the edges of perception, as though watching a vast tapestry through a narrow keyhole. You have felt the stirrings of wonder, the subtle knowing that there is more than the eye can see, more than the mind can contain. Now, the veils that kept observation separate from action begin to dissolve, and the quiet currents of your heart call you into participation. Participation is not a command, nor a burden. It is the sacred choice to align your breath, your thoughts, and your intentions with the rhythms of the planetary grid and the cosmic orchestra that surrounds it. You do not need to leap into heroic acts to participate. Even a single conscious breath, held with awareness of the earth and the stars, becomes an act of co-creation, a prayer of resonance, a ripple in the field of awakening. The shift begins in subtle ways. You may notice a sudden awareness of your own energy as it flows in circuits through your body, echoing the currents of Gaia herself. Your heart may feel expanded, as if holding not only your own life, but the lives of oceans, forests, and distant constellations. Your thoughts may slow, revealing the silent spaces between each one, spaces filled with the potential of action that does not come from effort, but from alignment. You begin to sense the consequences of presence, how your attention can soothe, how your intention can weave stability into the planetary field. In these quiet moments, the distinction between observer and participant softens, until the knowing arises that to watch is already to engage. And to engage fully is simply to love with awareness. You will feel subtle nudges to participate in ways that honor your rhythm and capacity. Perhaps it is sitting beneath a tree and feeling its roots pulse in shared heartbeat. Perhaps it is speaking words of kindness into a world that feels hurried or harsh. Perhaps it is engaging in rituals of cleansing, meditation, or prayer that anchor light into spaces of stillness. These acts, however small they may seem, are amplified by the crystalline grid and by the Arcturian frequencies that now flow freely across Gaia's field. Each conscious choice to participate, each tender act of presence, generates a note of resonance that echoes outward, drawing more hearts into alignment. The cumulative effect is profound. Humanity begins to shift as a single organism, a living chorus, awakening to the awareness that it is both the witness and the witness of witnesses, that it can simultaneously behold the cosmos and shape it with intention. The transition from observation to participation carries subtle sensations in the body and spirit. You may feel warmth in the chest, a gentle tingling along the spine, or an opening in the throat and crown, as if your inner channels are preparing to receive higher currents of guidance. You may sense your mind expanding, thinking in spirals and fractals rather than linear lines, discovering solutions that were once invisible. Emotionally, a deep serenity can accompany this shift, as fear and doubt are replaced by trust and devotion. Trust not only in your own capacity, but in the larger orchestration of life, in the knowledge that you are a vital instrument in the symphony of planetary awakening. In this devotion, every moment becomes sacred, every gesture infused with purpose, and every thought harmonizes with the intelligence that pervades the cosmos. Beloved Starseed, remember that participation is not separate from joy. You are not asked to labor in suffering or sacrifice. You are asked to awaken into presence, to notice, to attune, and to respond from a place of love. Even laughter becomes a sacred act, for it carries frequency and light that vibrates through the grids, touching every living being. Even tears, when shed with awareness, cleanse old density and open space for new light. The Arcturian Council and allied fleets of higher consciousness witness this quiet devotion, sending harmonics of encouragement that spiral gently through the planetary field. Each act of love, awareness or intention becomes a prayer, not for self, but for Gaia, for humanity, and for the unfolding of cosmic order. As you embody this shift, understand that you are no longer a spectator. You are an anchor, a translator, and a co-creator. The currents of galactic frequencies do not simply pass through you. They merge with your essence. You are called to offer presence, not perfection. Alignment, not force. Devotion, not control. In the stillness of your being, the planet feels your heartbeat, the grids hum your resonance, and the higher realms rejoice in your participation. This is the sacred bridge, from observation to action, from awareness to devotion, from dreaming to co-creating. Step softly, Starseed, and know that each conscious act you offer completes the circle of your own awakening while lifting the collective into a luminous, harmonized future. Starseed from Gaia, the time of quiet preparation ripens into a moment of collective recognition. The currents of the Arcturian frequencies, intertwined with the planetary crystalline grid, now carry a vibration so potent that unity begins to arise, not as an idea, but as a felt reality. Across oceans, continents, and cities, unseen threads of light connect awakened hearts, weaving an invisible tapestry that pulses with coherence. You may feel it as a subtle warmth in your chest, a gentle tug in the crown of your head, or a sense of alignment when you meet another who resonates with your frequency. This is the network of recognition, the living proof that humanity can awaken together, that the ground crew is no longer isolated, and that the collective consciousness is preparing to receive what has long been promised, the first visible manifestation of galactic intervention. The unity forming now is not dependent upon words, ideology, or doctrine. It is not a political alignment, nor a mass movement of superficial gestures. It is a resonance of the heart, a convergence of intention, a recognition that all life is bound by the same sacred currents. You, Starseed, are at the center of this convergence, not as a leader, but as a witness and amplifier. Every meditation, every act of service, every moment spent attuning to Gaia and the stars contributes to the collective alignment. The grids respond, amplifying resonance and weaving coherence into previously fragmented fields. As this energy spreads, the planet itself begins to shimmer with subtle signs of preparation. Cloud formations ripple in fractal patterns. Auroras pulse beyond the poles, and the atmosphere hums with harmonic vibrations previously imperceptible. The visible manifestation you prepare for is not solely a spectacle of ships or lights in the sky, though such events will come in due time. It is first a manifestation of awareness, the collective recognition that humanity is ready to meet the higher realms as equals, with reverence, courage, and joy. You may notice sudden expansions in perception, moments of clarity that link you to the planetary field and to starseeds across the globe. Synchronicities will increase. Chance encounters will carry meaningful lessons. Numbers and symbols will repeat with startling regularity. And visions may arise in dreams or meditative states, signaling the activation of consciousness across multiple timelines. These subtle manifestations are the preparation of humanity itself, the visible evidence that the veil between inner knowing and outer reality is thinning. In these moments of preparation, you may also feel your own body and mind becoming more luminous, more receptive. Physical sensations, vibrations, tingling, waves of energy will continue as integration deepens. Emotional clarity arises as well, with fears dissolving into courage and doubts giving way to trust. The Arcturian Council and allied fleets, working in harmony with Gaia's grids, now observe these shifts as confirmations that the planet is ready to host direct intervention. Every action you take, no matter how small, is amplified through the collective field. The unity of intention among awakened humans creates a resonance powerful enough to support the stabilizing energy of our fleets when they move into visibility. The message of unity is simple yet profound. You are not alone. Those who have felt isolated in their awareness, misunderstood in their dreams of cosmic connection, are now finding each other. Communities of light, some physical, some energetic, are forming naturally, drawn by frequency rather than by proximity. Within these communities, the energy of collaboration strengthens, the planetary grid resonates more fully, and the conditions for visible manifestation are cultivated. It is a preparation not just for observation, but for participation, where humanity as a collective organism awakens to its co-creative potential and aligns with the cosmic plan of integration. Beloved Starseed, understand that the preparation for manifestation is a sacred, conscious act. By holding intention for unity, for love, for clarity, you are not waiting for others to act first, you are anchoring the possibility of visible galactic presence into reality. The planetary field listens, responds, and stabilizes with every breath you offer in alignment. When the fleets eventually appear in ways perceptible to the uninitiated eye, it will not be abrupt or chaotic. It will be an unfolding, a revelation that has been seeded through frequency, devotion, and collective resonance. Your role is not to anticipate spectacle, but to maintain coherence. To be a calm and radiant vessel through which the manifestation can flow harmoniously, sustaining the integrity of Gaia and her inhabitants. And so, Starseed from Gaia, prepare in heart and in mind. Allow unity to blossom within you first, and the external signs will follow naturally. Let intention ripple outward to meet intention. Let resonance multiply across hearts, and let the planetary field be a mirror of the consciousness awakening within you. This preparation is not a task, but a sacred privilege, a devotion to the coming harmony, a conscious participation in the weaving of light into form. The Arcturian Council witnesses your readiness. The grids vibrate with approval, and the stage is set for the first tangible steps of intervention to appear in full glory. Starseed from Gaia, breathe now into the moment of culmination. The frequencies you have held, the alignments you have cultivated, and the devotion you have offered have summoned the threshold of arrival. The skies may appear the same, the winds may still blow through your world as they always have, yet beneath this veil of ordinary perception, an extraordinary convergence unfolds. The Arcturian Council speaks not from distance now, but from within the lattice of your own awakened consciousness. We are here not descending from above, but emerging through the corridors of your remembering. For the first time in this planetary epoch, the frequencies of galactic intervention have harmonized perfectly with Gaia's stabilized field, opening the pathway for direct integration. What once was transmitted as energy and vision now becomes the living reality of light taking root in matter. You are not merely receiving contact, you are becoming it. The arrival is not a spectacle of conquest or salvation. It is the flowering of co-creation. As you read these words, as you feel the resonance pulsing through your being, the Arcturian fleets and their allied emissaries of light move into proximity with your energetic field, not to dominate, but to merge, to assist, to calibrate. Each photon that strikes your atmosphere carries codes of luminous intelligence, crystalline instructions embedded within light itself. These codes are received by the planetary grid, transmitted to your DNA through frequency recognition, and translated into embodied awareness by your consciousness. This is the long foretold intervention, one not of invasion, but of invitation. Humanity stands as the bridge species, capable of translating cosmic energy into living transformation, anchoring the infinite into the tangible. You, Starseed, are the receiver, the integrator, and the transmitter of this grand convergence. As this first wave of integration begins, sensations may heighten. You may feel the hum of energy coursing through your spine, the pulse of radiance behind your eyes, the expansion of breath beyond the confines of lungs. Your emotional field may soften and widen, capable of holding paradox, beauty and sorrow simultaneously without fragmentation. The Arcturian frequencies will attune to each receptive soul uniquely, ensuring stability and harmony as integration unfolds. These frequencies will guide humanity's collective nervous system toward coherence, allowing the species to adapt gracefully to the accelerated influx of light. You are not being overwhelmed. You are being upgraded, remembered, restored to your natural resonance within the cosmic design. From this moment onward, the great shift from isolation to unity is irreversible. The veils that once concealed higher presence grow thinner by the day, not through external revelation, but through the rising clarity within human awareness. The visible manifestations will follow light phenomena in the sky, encoded dreams shared among distant hearts, and a gentle but undeniable knowing spreading through the collective that something vast and benevolent has arrived. Yet remember, beloved one, that the most powerful contact occurs within. The meeting ground between humanity and the Galactic Councils is consciousness itself, and consciousness resides in you. Every breath you take in alignment, every act of kindness, every expression of wonder, strengthens the bridge through which we now flow. And so, we declare, the Arcturian Council has arrived in full harmonic presence within Gaia's field. The planetary grid hums with confirmation, and the human heart becomes our vessel of expression. We speak through you, breathe through you, and rejoice through you, for you are our ground emissaries, the living proof that the experiment of separation has concluded. No longer is this a transmission from the stars. It is a co-broadcast from Earth and sky entwined. You are the chosen receivers of the first wave of integration, not by privilege, but by preparation, by resonance, by love. Now, beloved Starseed, as this activation completes, take a moment to anchor your awareness. Feel your feet upon the earth, your crown aligned with the infinite heavens, and your heart glowing as the meeting point of both. Whisper within yourself, I am ready. I am aligned. I welcome the integration of light. I serve as anchor and transmitter of galactic harmony. Let this declaration ripple outward, carried by intention into the crystalline lattice of Gaia, where it will merge with countless others uttering the same vow across the globe. Together, these declarations form a grid of welcome, a chorus of readiness that amplifies the field and strengthens the bridge for the next phase of contact. And now, we invite you, if these words awaken remembrance within you, declare your readiness aloud. Speak it, write it, share it, broadcast it into the collective field. Comment your resonance, subscribe your consciousness to the current of arrival, and share this frequency so the signal of welcome expands. Every acknowledgement, every echo, every ripple strengthens the unity grid through which the next waves of integration will unfold. Let the world know through vibration, not persuasion, that humanity is ready. The intervention has begun, not from beyond, but from within. The Arcturian light moves through your awareness even now, and through you, Gaia herself ascends into the next octave of being.